Evening, one and all. How are you all this evening? Today was another one of my take a ride to Nashville and donate platelets day. Now that I've discovered I can do that on once per week in between blood donations. Just discovered it 2 weeks ago, so this is my second week of doing. And they apparently judge how much they can get by your size, and I can tell within about 3 minutes of when they're done with me, because suddenly I am lightheaded, dizzy as hell, weak-kneed, and don't want to talk. They take it out of one arm and put it in the other, but I kind of think I might ought to tell them a lighter weight by about 5 pounds. Because it's killing me. Anyway, beyond that, don't have any news on the disability hearing. Still haven't seen my shrink. I see him Friday. Tomorrow I see the food stamps lady. I was like $16 above the food stamp minimum. Well, the state minimum for what I was making in disability went this high. 1.5%, 1.2%. The minimum for being able for food stamps went up 3%, like the cost of living. So now I might be about $20 below the limit and be able to get food stamps. If I could get food stamps, I could really look at some of those rent-to-own places that I was looking at earlier. But really, I can't do anything. Another idea is look for a cheap car for like $1,000 or less. Or somebody who's, one of these cheap finance places that charge you an arm and a leg in finance charges to get a car. One of them just down the road has this cute little metallic blue, I think it's the Tracker. The little bitty, they look like shrunken Jeeps is what they look like. But I just think they're cute. And they get pretty decent gas mileage. And so there. Plus you can take the roof off. Anything you can take the roof off, I'm pretty happy. There's a girl who's not only unfriended me, she's blocked me. Pretty much all I did was ask her why she kept sending me friend requests, which I always okayed. And then I'd think a little while, and I'm like, I don't want anybody from Cumberland County on my friend list. And I'd unfriend them all again. And I'd ask her why she kept friending me. And she said, because I thought this was a nice boy I knew in high school. Well, I am. But I'm not. Y'all made me this way. Not her personally, although she did contribute one night, the night of the 10-year prom. I should still write her an apology letter. I can't send it to her through Facebook any way, shape, form, or fashion. I can probably find out her email address, but I don't know, I might be able to find her mailing address easier. I've got a couple of sites that do that. One of them I may have paid. I need to check my latest bill and see if I'm still paying them. Because if I'm still paying them, they were pretty good. They got me pretty much with the information I was asking for, aside from one person, and that's because she dodges the public. The only way to get in touch with her is to have her get in touch with you. There you go. Or know her web address. If you happen to know where this person, who shall remain unnamed, does her web show, please message me with the address. Please, please, please. This person and I talked for the first time in 25 years, something like that. A couple months after my dad died, when I was living in Crossville again and couldn't get out. I'd just gone up for a month to help Mom get settled, but Mom didn't want settled. She wanted a valet, which Dad had always been. Anyway, this girl does have a site where she does, shall we say, home movies. About 3 nights a week. On the nights she's not doing them, she usually shows up and says, "I'm sorry, I'm not doing a show tonight," whatever. That's what she did the one night that I got on there, because her IT people had sent me a link that put me on there without having to pay the money for the gold show. But it didn't have sound coming from my way, so I was writing everything on pieces of paper. And she made a comment that pretty much stuck with the rumors that are the reason I got mad at this one girl and a few other people, and led the people that night that were involved in the terrible stuff that happened to me that night, led them to believe that was the right thing to do. Now, one of them blew his own head off and left a suicide note. Internal Affairs has it because one of the people in it is a reserve officer, or was at that time. One of the people in it has stage 4 cancer. Finally, fate starts to roll around 30 years later. But I figure the rest of the people in that letter ain't shit gonna happen to them. Now, I thought Internal Affairs would go ahead and prosecute, because in a case where it would endanger the witness to be back in town and to be on the stand, you could take a sworn statement on film and have somebody notarize it, and that should be enough, unless the defense demands that the person be brought to the stage, brought to the trial. Then they could bust me in for one night, leave me at a motel, guarded maybe, I don't know. Yeah, leave me with a guard, we'll play chess or cards or something all night. But there should have been a way for them to prosecute. And they said, nope, you've got to come here and be a resident of this county first. Well, you've got to, I don't think they said resident of the county, but I had to come there and be there, available for any call. And that just wasn't happening. Anyway, I have whined all to hell tonight. I'm shaky, real shaky. I barely got the dogs walked. But I did get the dogs walked, and I did get them their treats. I still haven't got them cans of canned food, and it makes me feel bad because I get used to that from me. You go for a walk with Daddy, you come in nicely like you're supposed to, you go straight to your crate, and you get canned food. If you're the little white one that chooses not to come in, you get a little treat. But you can smell the plates in the other 2 crates. I'm not a forceful person, I never have been. And sometimes it takes a while. But they'll realize who the alpha dog in the room is. I'm sneaky, obnoxious, and a manipulator from hell. So I'll get to everything I want eventually. But if anybody has that web address, I would kill for it. This is Henderson out. Y'all have a good evening.